Hello, welcome to the replay. If you're watching, let me know. I would love to know that you were here. So I am going to be having Brandy Bloomquist join us, and we are going to be talking about how to use the moon phase in your business. Okay, I'm going to let her in. First time I have hosted, so hopefully I am doing this right.
Well, hello. It
There you
worked.
are.
Did it. Can you
Okay.
see me clearly?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah,
So,
thanks for having me, Jess. It's so fun.
yeah. All right. So, I just let people know what we were talking about. So, I will
Okay.
go ahead and just let you introduce yourself.
All right. Well, hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, Jess. And I'm really glad to be on your page. And for those of you joining, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm Brandy Bloomquist, like Jess mentioned, and I'm an intuitive soul guide or intuitive soul coach. And also a certified moonologer. So I work with the cycles of the moon just to help us like really get back to our natural soul's rhythm. Okay, yeah, just like really to help guide people and help us navigate these energies. So I work a lot with the cosmic energies, the moon's energies, and then through tarot and oracle cards for guidance. And really, the main message would be for us to get back to our own soul's natural rhythm, which is our truth, which is our essence, which is who we are. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So, for anyone who's watching today or within the next couple days, what would you tell them about the moon, where the moon's phase is right now and how they can use it?
Yeah, so actually we just had our third quarter square yesterday. It just means that the moon is in its last phase. It just entered its last phase, and it's where the moon and the sun come together at a 90-degree angle, and then we actually see it as half in the sky. And that was yesterday in the sign of Sagittarius. So that's interesting because the moon, hey, hi, I can see some people come on in and they're posting, hi, everyone. So yeah, and then we actually see it, right? So it's that half moon was yesterday actually. And what's interesting is that the moon, it has its 8 phases that it moves through every cycle, but it also has daily flavors. So the moon moves in the astrological signs every 2 to 2.5 days. So it's really interesting once you start working with the moon, once you start gathering the energy or the information, you realize, okay, not only does it have the 8 phases, but it moves through different, let's say, like my teacher calls it, the flavors, the daily flavors, the daily
Yeah.
moon. So today, the moon is in its waning crescent. So we're at the end. We're at the last part of the cycle. We are having our new moon next Wednesday, our new moon in the sign of Pisces. So today is all about, I would say, like the next few days is all about surrendering, releasing, letting go, chill out, reflect. You can review how the last few weeks have went for you, but this is really an internal time. I wouldn't recommend major changes today or anything like that. It would just be to surrender, whatever surrender means for you, so that we can start that fresh start at the new moon next week. So it'd be all about recuperating, resting, meditating, and just letting it flow. This is the phase where we let things just flow. We let it go. It's like a 52 card pickup right now. Okay. It's like up in the air, and we kind of have to let things settle down. And how do we let things settle down? We release control. We stop,
Yeah.
we just let it go. So that's where we are today. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's helpful because I feel like for me, for so many years, pay attention to the full moon and new moon.
Mhm.
And like I kind of forget about the time in between, and that like, oh yeah, there's other things that can help me and that I can focus on in between those. And I think I finally realized I need to like let go and surrender when I'm like pushing too hard and nothing's working or I don't feel like doing anything. And then I kind of like sometimes beat myself up for it, and like it takes me a bit to realize like, oh, I need to just step back and take care of myself, you know? And
Back and
so,
relax. You and
yeah.
I had many conversations around this, I believe, in the past, where we sometimes we feel bad if we're not pushing it. And that's the point. I think the biggest point also is like aligning, when we're aligning to the moon cycle's energy, is to someone's writing here. It's nice to get that permission to let go and relax. And that's exactly it. Aligning to the moon cycle is realizing that we are part of nature, and so is our business, our life and our business. They're not separate. They all hold energy, and energy is nature. And it's that that realization, anyway, for me, when starting to work with the moon seriously and really acknowledge the phases and really connect and harness the energy, was that we don't always have to push. It's this balance. So we're coming into balance. We're coming into harmony with our natural energy cycles. And my energy cycles won't be the exact same as yours, because we all have our personal birth chart, right? And depending on where the moon is, it will fall in a different piece of the pie, the astrological birth chart pie, let's say. But anyway, without getting too much into that, yeah, it's instead we want to flow with the current. We want to flow with it. So whatever we're creating, whatever we're doing, we want to also balance that out with the being. So yeah, I can talk a lot about this, okay?
No, I love it. Yeah. Kind of makes me realize too, like there's so much more like we can explore to get ourselves to know ourselves better and just follow our natural rhythm, really.
That's
You know?
exactly it. It's all about aligning with your natural soul's rhythm by using or utilizing the moon's energy. Like it's just part of nature. It's a tool. Basically, it's a tool, right? It's a
Yeah.
tool. Women and well, humans have been working with the moon for centuries. It's just that we lost touch, and we see it more and more out there. I see it more as I study the cycles, as I work with the cycles and connect with people like you and a lot of people. We're starting to see that we're looking to connect more with something that is natural, that is nature, that is holistic, that is everything together and not so separate, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
like we were saying, business and personal. Well, if I'm using the moon cycle to personally get to know myself, get to know my soul's rhythm and how I function, well, that's going to trickle in to what I'm creating, what I'm aligning with, and what I'm, doing in my own business. And it's just so interesting when you're like, yeah, why not use it for both?
Yeah. That makes sense. Because, yeah, when I first started getting into like paying attention to the moon phase and just, using it, it was mostly for my own self growth,
Yeah,
learning to love myself and be with myself and use it, as a tool, as a resource to help me in my journey with myself, self-discovery. But
yes,
then I think as you go on in business, you realize that your business path is so connected to your self-discovery too. And then from there, that's kind of what led me and is starting to lead me even more into thinking about like, okay, how can I use this tool in my business as well? So that makes
absolutely.
total
It's
sense,
great for for our business, because when we think about it, okay, our personal growth, we're setting intentions, and so we do the same in our business, where we have goals or certain things that we want to achieve or have happen, right? We want
Yeah.
to have we want to make something happen. We're creating, or you can use the word manifestation, whatever aligns with you. I use a lot creation, but it's manifestation. It's whatever you want to create. So especially for us solopreneurs, and it could be with anything in entrepreneurship, or any company or any business can use this and utilize this, because you know, at the new moon, it's a time to reconnect with yourself, reconnect where you are. It's kind of that void, right? It's that void where anything's possible. And then as the energy of the moon shifts and she becomes brighter, we want to set our intentions. So in any business, we have intentions of what we want to create. So we and the thing is, like you were saying at the beginning, most of us have been working with the new moon and the full moon for a long time, just kind of working with those two. But what we don't realize is when we set our intention at the new moon, we want to carry that intention, that energy through. So we kind of have to be, or we have to get to know a bit more of, well, what's going on in the other phases, and how can this best serve me, and how can this best serve my intention if we want to see it grow, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
We
makes
have
sense.
a couple comments, a few people from different places, from the UK. It's so fun to see New Brunswick here. I'm in New Brunswick. Jess, where are you?
I'm in Idaho in the US, so
Yeah, so we have US,
yep.
Canada, and we have here, I use Brandy's guidance in my business all the time. It's crazy what I've been able to manifest. That's so cool. Thank you, Tanya. That's really cool.
Well, do you have anything else you want to share? Any other tips you want to give?
Well, I suppose, yeah,
That
our our intention today, Jess and I, was really to connect around this, and we realized how, yeah, it can so help us create or manifest what we intend on in our businesses, and to really align with the energy, so we don't have to feel you know, burnt out or always in that doing energy, and realize that we can find balance, and we can find our own rhythm, and trust that rhythm, right?
yeah.
Trusting it, trusting in ourselves. And you know, we chat a little bit. So there's days sometimes when we just don't feel the energy, we just don't feel it. Well, then it would be interesting to know, then, where's the moon that day, what phase is it in, and how can you align with that, right? So that's what I call it align and flow, because at the in the 2 first weeks, we're aligning, we're taking inspired actions, we have an intention, and then we create, you know, I can guide you through all that, but just in general, you know, we're creating our set goals of how to bring it about. And then we have the full moon, where we're going to celebrate our wins, we're going to surrender, we're going to forgive. And that's interesting how forgiveness plays a big role even in business, to how we set our intentions and everything, then we surrender. And then the 2 next weeks, where we're in now in the waning cycle, is to come in and take not only inspired action, but internal action. So it's all the internal part for the last 2 weeks. But Jess and I will probably be talking more about this as the
Yeah.
come. So if you have any questions, this was just a short live today, but if you have any questions, or, you know, reach out to Jess, or you can find me on Instagram. I don't know if my thing shows up here, or
Yeah. Well, and after I save it, I think it will let me edit the title. If not, I'll put it in the comments. I'm kind of new to hosting, and so I'm like, oh,
yeah, so
kind of
am
like,
I. I'm getting
I'm like,
to know.
oh, you know, but I'm always like talking and sharing with people about, we have to get out of our comfort zone. We have to do different things, try different things. So I feel like today we did something different for both of us.
And for those of you who are watching who already know me, because I see there's comments, thank you so much. Natalie, Brandy's really aligned and precise on her readings. She's really clairvoyant and helps transform the energy. Thank you so much. So this is Jess. And Jess, how about you just introduce yourself? Because I see there's a few viewers that already know me, and that get to know you.
Okay, so yeah, for those of you who are new to me, I'm Jessica Loper, and I am a confidence coach for spiritual entrepreneurs who are just getting started in their online business. So I help you to get out of your comfort zone, try new things, start posting, and just gain that confidence to be seen online. So that's what I do. And Brandy, do you want to let, just so anyone who's following me and viewing me can know where else to find you? Because I know you're also on Facebook.
Yes, on Facebook, and I do host a group called Intuitive Soul Flow. And actually, yesterday I just put a little bit more information for that group there. What did I put now for the name? I just switched it up. Intuitive Soul Flow on Facebook. It's a private Facebook group, but you can come in there. I called it Moon Cycle Alignment, Cosmic and Tarot Guidance, because I feel that I utilize a few things just to navigate these energies and these times. So you can find me in there, and you can find me also on Facebook. Well, it's the same handle as Instagram. So, but it's Brandy Bloomquist Intuitive Soul Guidance. Yes. And I highly recommend you guys watching. If you don't know Jess yet, follow her as well for that. Yes, because I love that. And I think what you're doing, Jess, is great, because we all kind of, sometimes when we're just starting, and to gain that confidence and just to show up as who we are authentically. And that's what I feel too with the moon cycle, you know, it really gets you back to your authentic self, to your truth, to who you are, and to trust yourself. 100% trust ourselves, right?
Yes. Yeah. Definitely is all helpful, all ties together. So
it does.
Yep, definitely want to encourage any of you guys who are watching live or on the replay to just keep shining your light. Put yourself out there, follow your intuition. If you have something you know you're meant to share, share it, because people need it. They really need it right now.
Exactly. And nothing has to be like, I used to think when I first started the business and stuff that I had to have everything together, and I had to, like, you know, have it all like super professional. And no, it's like, what I'm realizing more and more is that people just want to connect with authenticity, with truth,
Yes.
with something they can relate to. And I think that's why you and I connect so well, is that we're just so like in our truth. And it is what it is, you know?
Yep.
It is what it is. So if anybody out there is just looking for more alignment, so that you can flow and live life with more ease and joy and, you know, truth, well, yeah, connect with us both. And we have some cool stuff coming up for you. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I just think that life is not meant to be such a struggle, you know, that we can find balance, we can find harmony, and we can find it not only, we don't find it out there, we find it within here, right? Like with our own natural rhythm. We don't have to align to anything else other than ourselves. So, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for the conversation, Jess.
Yeah.
It was just first. We're just trying this out, guys.
Yes. So thanks everyone for joining. We're going to go live on Brandy's account next time. So make sure
well,
give her a follow.
I put it live. I put it live on mine. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I just
good. I don't know. We're learning as we go here, but it's okay. Like, that's what you have to do. You have to try things. You figure things out as you go sometimes. So it'll be easier next time.
Absolutely.
But, okay. Well, it was great talking to you and doing this. So everyone, take care. Have a good day. And we'll talk again soon. All right.
Bye.
Bye.